In this section, I want you to reflect on how porn influences your life. Numerous studies have shown that the more you are aware of how your addiction hurts you, the higher the probability of actually quitting it. That's why in today's worksheet we'll essentially focus on that. Porn negatively affects your brain. In 2005, Dr. Eric Nestler proposed that all addictions are caused by a modification of the brain's pleasure rewards pathways. And does that happen in porn? Does porn change the brain? A study has found that porn addiction directly lowers activity in the orbitofrontal cortex, which is responsible for impulse control. Another study has found that porn addiction can lead to a loss in brain volume in the frontal lobes. As such, it is proven that porn addiction can cause very real negative changes in the brain. But how does porn accomplish this? How does porn change the brain? Porn accomplishes this by overloading your dopamine receptors. Dopamine is responsible for motivation and impulse control. When you watch porn, you unnaturally overload your dopamine receptors, and in turn, you modify your brain's pleasure and rewards pathways. As a porn addict, your dopamine receptors are essentially desensitized, which is also the reason why the more porn you use, the more porn you need to achieve arousal, and the less interested you become in anything else. When I was in the midst of my porn addiction, I could not concentrate on reading. I was not interested in doing anything else but porn. This was because my dopamine receptors were so desensitized that I needed a very, very strong stimuli for them to activate. And as such, I couldn't focus on reading because reading and other productive activities are actually very non-stimulating. This is actually why porn has such a tremendously negative effect on concentration, because the brain requires so much stimulation to focus at all. This desensitization also has a negative effect on your memory, because dopamine also factors in the correct functioning of your hippocampus, which plays a very important role in forming long-term memories. That's why there are studies that show that porn can also negatively impact your memory.